Gotta love the pups, right? So when it comes to resolving concerns, it really comes down to that objections or concerns are not a no, right? But what they are is thoughts that this person has around, can I do this? Do I have the time? Is it real? What can it really do for me? Because it's not a matter of what you want, it's a matter of what they see it could bring value to them. And will this affect my reputation in a positive or negative way? This last one specifically, especially for business owners and entrepreneurs, franchise owners, anybody that has had success, they already are known for a certain thing. And so they need to know, that information about micro franchising, the partnership with LifeVantage, being publicly traded. All of those things are vitally important that they know, and the research behind our products, that they aren't putting their reputations on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things about entrepreneurs, they have totally different objections and concerns than the average person. So you won't hear things from an entrepreneur like, oh, well, this isn't FDA approved. Or, oh, did you guys have a lawsuit against you? I found it on Google. Entrepreneurs don't talk like that because it's not unique to them, because lawsuits come against anybody who is a target when they're doing something good. There's always going to be lawsuits that come against them. So they have very different objections, which is, again, why the whole premise here is to recruit up. But resolving concerns requires listening. We're going to really get into that.
Yeah, and listening is probably one of the most important skills that you can use. Have you ever heard of listening as a skill?
Yeah.
It is. And the majority of us do not use it appropriately in conversation or communication. And so to listen effectively, you really need to listen to understand, not to respond. So you need to let the person respond to what you've asked them fully before you're formulating what type of a response you're going to have, or else you're going to miss something in there that they're sharing with you. And a way that you can make sure that you don't miss something is to repeat back to them in your own words. I mean, if you did it word for word, that would be kind of creepy, but in your own words, repeat back so that you can make sure that you've got a mutual understanding to what they said and what you have received as the listener. And then after you have got that shared understanding, then you can offer a response to, well, it's like, I hear what you're saying and I understand this, and this is what I have learned, or this is what I know, and this is what I can show you. This is who I can connect you to. All of those things are going to be great ways for you to be able to be well on your way to resolving any concern that comes along.
Absolutely. So when entrepreneurs have their concerns, they're not typically going to be skeptical. And they're not typically going to be scared. Can I do this? Am I going to get sued? They don't typically have those kinds of responses. What they're usually focused on is their other business. And so they're trying to figure out, how are they going to leverage their time? How are they going to split their time between it? Or they're pressed for time. The timing is tight for them. And that's why one, you got to see value. You got to understand they're pressed for time and show them how they can do this. But the scalability is the most appealing thing for people that are busy. So saying things like, when they say, I've seen things like this before. How's this one different? Mm-hmm. They may be talking about the industry when we can talk about the scalability potential of what people are looking for from a product benefit, or the micro franchising model, or they're asking, what's the real upside to this? The answer is the scalability of the micro franchise model and the time freedom that comes along with that. They ask different questions and they have different concerns than your typical person.
So let's break these down, and here's some responses that you can have to each one of these 4 things, okay? And anytime, by the way, guys, if we give you a script or anything like that, please do not just go and use it word for word. Please take time to make it your own, make it sound like you, and to have it be, take ownership of it, basically, okay? So when they say, other businesses, this can be your response. Well, that's exactly why I thought of you. This won't compete with your business or businesses. It leverages it. It's an expansion model, not a distraction. And would it make sense if it required minimal operational bandwidth? Okay, so great way to be able to handle that concern.
Or people are pressed for time. Hey, it's totally fair if it's a bandwidth issue or strategic alignment issue. And if it's bandwidth, it's like, understood. That's actually why this model is interesting. It's built to create cash flow without adding payroll or overhead, especially for the business owner. Or if it's alignment, what would it need to look like for it to make strategic sense to you? And then just again, listen.
Because listening will be the first thing and the most important thing throughout this whole resolving concerns. Third, I've seen these things before. How many of us have heard that? All of us, right? So I was expecting that you had. Most models are structured around selling. This one is structured around asset building and duplication or replication for us to be compliant. It should say replication. That's the difference. Would it make sense if it required minimal operational bandwidth? Again, right? Because people need to understand that it's not going to add in additional huge amounts of effort, financial outlay, and just managing.
And the scalability of this is the efforts of other people over time.
Mm-hmm. So an additional response to this one could be what didn't work in what you saw before? And just let them answer. Find out, because generally with these concerns, there's a story, right? They've had people or they've tried things. They've known people that have tried things and it just did not work for them. So ask them, what happened? Have you experienced this yourself, or is it someone that was close to you? I'd love to hear the story around that and let them talk, because if you can let people feel heard, they will be more receptive to you in what you have to share.
And the last one, well, what's the real upside on this? Don't throw out income claims, please. Say, for a visionary person like yourself, it becomes a leveraged distribution channel. The upside isn't tied to hours, it's tied to the structure and team architecture. Again, the overtime work of multiple people is where the leverage and scalability from this comes.
And don't forget that being partnered with a publicly traded company gives you assets like our income disclosure statement that you can leverage in this exact example.
Yeah, speaking of that, so when people say, well, I looked at your stock price, you're a publicly traded company and your stock's not doing that well. Well, entrepreneurs will understand that and look into it and say, well, it's because the reality is the people of the world don't understand what we truly do and what we're truly offering. And when they do, and it happens and it becomes like Pop-Tarts with protein, it's going to be nonsensical how crazy our stock price is going to go. It's just we've got the best kept secret that people don't know about yet.
Okay, so for your posture, now if somebody has not responded in 3 to 4 days, you can send something similar to this. Quick question, are you open to adding additional cash flow channels this year? Or is your strategy to strictly consolidate? Guys, just ask them direct questions. And if they don't get back to you again, it's okay to take it away. It's like, hey, I understand you're super busy right now. I'm looking for people that are ready to jump on this right now to be able to take advantage of this micro franchising opportunity. If the time comes that it's right for you, please let me know. Or in the meantime, if you know someone that it might be right for, I'd love to have you share them with me or connect me with them, right?
That point right there, when you ask them for referrals with someone you may know, it establishes FOMO. They don't want to turn this over to a friend or share it with a friend, and then the friend gets involved and crushes this, and when they could have had the opportunity, especially for an entrepreneur.
Yeah, absolutely. So your tone must feel calm, selective, slightly detached, and respectful while being direct, right? That's the posture we're talking about, because you've got things to accomplish and assets, alliances to build, and I think there was something else there. Posture is everything. If you don't notice, posture has been a repetitive point here.